Hey?
Anything new?
No, it was interesting yesterday. I'm driving home, going down Whitney Way, and my son, he's a paramedic. So when I see ambulances and they got their lights on, he wasn't working yesterday, but I'm going down and I'm going south, and this ambulance is coming north. And the cars are getting out of the way, which we need to do, and all of a sudden the ambulance just makes this crazy, like trying to miss something. I'm thinking, oh my God, did the car not stop? So as I'm driving by, I look over, and here's this big, gigantic turkey walking right down the middle of the road. And so what's the turkey thinking? And thank goodness the guy missed it, because boy, if that ambulance hit it going, at the speed they're going, but I'm trying to figure out what that turkey was doing in the middle of a residential area, walking down the street like he owned it. Just started laughing. Yeah, so. Yeah. And the deer are out now, boy. Ooh, lots of them. There we go.
Okay.
Want
Todd?
to talk some hockey, or we go
I'd
some
love
other
to.
path?
I don't know if you have anything else you want to talk about. Let's go. But I wonder what you look back to the last time you played Duluth up there. Really tight games, had scoring chances. Finally, were able to break through in the third periods of those games. How much of that kind of comes back to you and is in play for how you're getting prepared for Friday afternoon?
Yeah, I think as we got back from that trip, you looked over those two games, and they reminded you of playoff hockey. And so as you look at the teams as they're getting prepared for the playoffs, they start tightening up. Obviously, they got a real good goaltender, and so opportunities that you get, you have to take advantage of them. But the game Friday is going to be very similar to the two games we experienced up there, and so it's about taking care of your own end, capitalizing on maybe some opportunities that you're given, knowing that you're not probably going to get a ton of them. So it'll be interesting. But the two games up there, we found ways to get to the finish line, and we're going to have to do that again Friday.
Some really eloquent things to say about Casey the other night and what she's accomplished. But can you take me back to like when she first got here? What she was like, sort of your first memories of her as a player her first year?
Yeah, she attended our hockey school one summer when she was really young, and obviously got on campus, and even at a young age, I mean, her skill set was obvious, and then how was she going to develop? And she kept working at her game and kept getting better and better. And I think one of the things that she wanted to do when she came here to Wisconsin, but is to become maybe more of a 200-foot player. And sometimes you'll get kids that are really skilled, very offensively talented, and the teams that they play on, as they grow up prior to coming to college, they probably have the puck a lot. They're usually on good teams, and they have the puck. Their team has the puck. They're scoring at a high rate. And so, as I mentioned before, when I first went to the NHL, I had to figure out how to play in my own end if I was going to have a career in it. And so, as she came to us, one of the things that she talked about and we discussed was, can we take your game and really become a 200-foot player? And I think that's one of the things that she's been able to do, and very responsible, good on face-offs, good at killing penalties. And so she became an all-around player, and I think, her stats obviously are at a real high level. So offensively, she didn't miss out on anything, but she became more of a well-rounded player.
Todd?
How's everything looking with Ava going into this week?
Good. She practiced yesterday, so got through the whole practice and seemed to be comfortable. So that's very positive.
Same question with Lainey. Is she?
She skated yesterday, and then she'll be able to skate again today. So I think with her, each day, can she get stronger? Can she be more comfortable and get herself ready to go for Friday? So that'll be a day-to-day situation for us.
What kind of growth have you seen from your team from the start all the way to the end of the year so far?
Well, I think there's areas that we've gotten better. I mean, there's some games that we have puck possession for a high percentage of the game. Other games that we're required to defend more, and so making adjustments. Moving people around a little bit. The last couple of weekends, moving Layla back to defense and see what that looks like, getting different combinations. But I think from the start to the finish, there's areas in the game that were better. Obviously, our power play has gotten better over the season. We haven't given up a lot of goals, so that would indicate that we're pretty good in our end. But, all that stuff really doesn't matter. It's like where you are right now and what are you doing well. So all three facets of the game, the defensive zone, the neutral zone, the offensive zone, you just have to be, at a real high level. And it comes down to, can we go out and execute at a level that we're capable of playing at? And then, at the end of the day, if we play really well, I think that's what we're looking for. And that'll give us the best chance to win. It's no guarantee that we're going to win, but, if we're playing well and we're playing at that level, we become a pretty good team. And can we do that under the pressure of a playoff game, and one that if you win, you get a chance to play for a trophy on Saturday. If you don't, then you're coming home.
Todd?
It was good, but things get ratcheted up a notches now as we go in. You look at our league, and the teams that finished in the top four. I mean, they're all capable of beating each other. Can you get out on that ice, Friday afternoon when they drop the puck and just eliminate all distractions and individually play up to your capabilities, and then collectively as a group, can you play at a high level? And so those things are the intangibles that you don't really know, because kids will react differently depending on the pressure of the game or the magnitude of the game, and how you can relax your body. Yeah, you're going to be nervous. You're probably going to have butterflies, but that could be a positive thing. And then when they drop the puck, it's just tuning everything out and playing each shift individually and playing at a high level. And if you're able to do that, you have a good chance to be successful. So it's those steps, and that's why I like our tournament, especially if you get into that second weekend, which we're at now. And, if you can get to that second game, it can help you, because we're going to get another game after this weekend. We know that. So it's an opportunity just to be free and play and enjoy the experience. And, whatever way it comes out, can it help you for the next one?
Mark, when you talk about playing free, it seems like Lacey is one of the embodiments of that. How much does she buy into that mentality, and where do you see that come through in how she plays?
I think it's, for a lot of athletes, are we doing the right things daily? Have we done it for a long time? Have I worked at my game? And if I can really look myself in the mirror at the end of the day over a long period of time and say, hey, yeah, I've done this consistently. I've worked hard. I've worked on my individual skills. I've worked on my team skills, understanding things. And, to me, if you're honest with yourself and understand that I've done those things, when I go in that competition, that means I should have confidence. And so, if you're not doing those things and you shortchange yourself, then you might go out and something happens when the game, and all of a sudden I get nervous and I don't feel comfortable. But, she's continued to work at her game. She's gotten some wonderful experience with the national team, the last go around with the Olympic team being one of the last ones cut. I mean, how do you handle that? And so here comes adversity at me, and what do? I can have a pity party and I can feel sorry for myself for a day, a week, 6 months, 6 years. What do I want to do? Or do I get back on the saddle and start riding that horse again and start working on things? And she's been very consistent, almost sometimes where, it's like, no, you need a day off. You need to take a break right now, because sometimes less is more. But, when she goes on the ice, her shot's gotten better. It's gotten more accurate. She does things on a daily basis. So, she should be confident. She should be excited. She's a veteran. She's got experiences. And hopefully, the next month, she's one of our leaders as we play our games.
Todd?
Just looking back to when she came here, that wasn't her original plan.
Nope.
And things...
Life happens.
Out of all of the things that happened in that COVID year, the benefit of that was that she didn't have a place to play, and she was looking for some place and ended up here. Can you walk me through what you remember of how that all came about, and how quickly it happened to get her in here?
Yeah, I mean, that was one of those situations where, some teams weren't playing at that time, and, somebody that wants to play and has aspirations of that next step, whether it's with the national team or trying to get to that Olympic team. Do you want to sit out a year and not play any games, or do you want to maybe look at opportunities at semester I can go in and play somewhere? And that's sort of what transpired. We never contacted her, and once she decided that she wanted to take this path, then it was a matter getting in front of her, getting an opportunity to showcase what we might be able to do for her, and then she made a decision. And I remember she scored the overtime goal against Ohio State, late in that spring, and from that point on, I mean, she, like I say, she's worked at her game, and she's the benefit of really being committed, doing things daily, becoming a better player, and then when my opportunities have been presented to me, take advantage of those. And so whether that's with us and being consistent in what she's been able to do, or when she gets a chance with a national team, playing in world championships, she's worked at her game, and she's getting the rewards of that hard work.
Is there an added pressure of being the #1 ranked team in the country?
Well, I think, if you've been with us for a long time and, you're some of our veteran players, you've probably experienced that over the course of time, because, no matter who we play or where we're playing them at, people get real excited to play us. And usually when we're playing somebody, whether they've been at the top of a league or at the bottom of a league, they get excited, and they usually play their best games against us. So that's the challenge. I don't feel any, pressure. People say is a privilege, and so it's about what we can do. It's about what we're capable of doing collectively as a group, and then can you go on the ice and execute that for 60 minutes? And at times, we do that really well. And so, as you get late in the season, you enter the playoffs. For this 2 weeks, can you do that? And we'll find out Friday, and if we're able to do things Friday and get into Saturday games, and can we do that again and learn about it, and get ready next week to get ready for an opponent that at this time of the year everybody's good. I mean, we go into our tournament. If you play a couple games this weekend, it's going to prepare you for next weekend's game. So it's all good. It's all fun, and whether we call it pressure, that's good. As long as it's not stress, I'm okay. Because stress isn't good. That's not good for anybody.
Dave.
I'm kind of new to this, so help me
So
make
am I.
sense.
Help me figure it out. Let's go together.
So help me make sense of this. All season, you play 2-game sets. You get first round of conference play, you play 2 games or 3. You get to the most important games of the year, and now it's like one and done. Can you, A, help me make sense of that, and B, do you like it?
Irrelevant whether I like it or dislike it, the way it is. I mean, some years I wish we played a best of 7 like they do in the NHL, because usually through that process, 9 times out of 10, the better team ends up winning. But that's what we're in. That's why, why do they call it March Madness as we enter in match? Because it's exciting. At any given point, North Carolina State years ago, when nobody thought they had a chance, all of a sudden, here comes an opportunity, and funny things happen in our game. And so they're playing Houston, Fly Jam and Sama, or whatever they call them, all those guys, and they found a way to win. And so it's exciting, it's thrilling, it's nerve-wracking, and, can you execute on the big stage when you're there? And some teams are very comfortable in that setting and give themselves a chance to win. Other teams get nervous and they go away. And so the one and done, for us in college is exciting. So it's and we get like this trial run. So Friday we get that opportunity, knowing that if we win, we get another game. If you don't win, then you're on the bus coming home. The body of work we've been able to do up to this point gives us an opportunity to play next weekend. So whether it goes well this weekend or we hit a skid, can you learn from that and get ready for another one? Because we'll get another one. And so my big thing is to play at a high level, play up up to our capabilities and give us the best chance to win. And you know, I don't get a crystal ball to look in and say, okay, at the end of 60 minutes, here's what it's going to look like, or I don't get an itinerary prior to the game that'll walk me through what happens in the next 60 minutes. So it's making adjustments if we need to, and then learning about you know, what we just went through. And as I've always said, the next day you get up and say, okay, what do we need to do to get better? And so with the one and dones, your mind shifts a little bit different than what it is going on in the regular season, because you have a shorter time to work on things that will make you better for that next game, knowing that if you're able to do it, you might get another game. So it's fun, it's exciting, and you know, that's why we call it March Madness, and everybody gets fired up, and everybody takes time off as we get into the basketball thing, and takes Thursdays off, and they watch basketball all day Thursday and Friday, and so it's an exciting time of year, not only for the fans, but equally as exciting for the players that get a chance to go through that. And then obviously the coaches are excited because we've had this body of work. It's a long, hard, grinding season, but now we're at the end. And there's light at the end of the tunnel, and there's excitement in the air.
Anything else for Coach? All right. Thank
Awesome.
you.
Thank you.